Anyway, so I want to talk a little bit about a project that I've been sort of working on for the last 3 weeks, and that's building a HackIntosh. So what the heck is a HackIntosh? So basically it's an OS 10 operating system running on non-Apple hardware. So a valid question would be, well, why the heck would you actually want to do that? Good question. So I like to tinker with stuff. So over the past few years, I've built a couple of MAME cabinets, which are basically arcade cabinets with the guts ripped out of them, PCs put in, so you can run all the vintage games when games used to be fun. And I also, about 4 or 5 years ago, built a Myth TV, which is a PVR that runs on Linux and runs all sorts of fun stuff. So tinkering is something that I like to do. So a good question would be, well, wouldn't it be easier just to go and buy a Mac from the store? Yes, it would, for sure. That's not what this is all about. So we got 8 steps to nerd math. Okay, so step 1, basically you need to go and find some hardware to run your OS 10 on. So I wanted to build a fairly decent machine because it's going to be something I'm going to be spending a lot of time on. So it's an i7 Sandy Bridge PC, which is 4 cores using hyper-threading. So essentially the operating system looks like 8 cores. On a gigabyte motherboard with 16 gigs of RAM, a really decent video card, an SSD drive, and SATA drives. So the first thing you need to do is basically assemble all that bits. So if you can do that yourself, or if you're not comfortable putting hardware together, you can go to your hardware store and essentially get a custom built machine. Once you get all that done, basically you make some sort of donation to your demo gods, and hopefully if everything goes according to plan, you get some output on your monitor and all your devices get detected and you're good. Alright, so then when it comes to OS 10, essentially what you need to do is boot with a custom bootloader. So basically what this is a little bit of bootstrap that essentially is going to tell OS 10 that this is actually valid Apple hardware. There's a bunch of them out there. I was using sorry, I forgot the name. Anyway, once it's loaded, you fire in the your media and you install OS 10 just like you normally do. Once that's done, you need to go through essentially a post-boot configuration process, which essentially is getting drivers and all that sort of stuff sorted out. Because you're running sort of non-standard Apple hardware, this can be kind of tricky. And getting this right took me about 2 weeks to find sort of the magic voodoo for the video and audio and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so once you get that all sorted out, then hopefully everything comes together. So sorry this is chopped off here, but this is actually my HackIntosh firing up here. This is not compressed or short anyway. Booting up. So, like I said, I wanted a really fast machine. So these are a few apps sort of fired up in real time. So this is Google Chrome, IntelliJ. So IntelliJ comes up in about 3, 4, 5 seconds. And Photoshop. Photoshop comes in about 2 seconds. So, one of the things that you're going to get used to is kernel panics. This is the equivalent of blue screens of death for folks that are on Windows platform. You see this a lot, and this is a function of basically incompatible drivers or bad devices that OS 10 doesn't know about or any of that sort of stuff. So one of the things to do is back up frequently. So use something like Super Duper, Time Machine, or Carbon Copy Cloner. And there's a whole ton of stuff on the net for folks that are doing this kind of stuff. So if you're at all interested, go hit some of these sites and that'll be the source.